Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a brand new project, and this is it right here. It is a Landini tractor, 4-wheel drive. It is a Series 1 40M, and 40 I think represents for the fact that this is a 40 horsepower engine or 40 horsepower tractor, and M for manual transmission, so a shuttle shift and not hydrostatic. Okay, so the reason why the tractor's in the garage, it's because there's some parts missing to it, or there's some damage. And in case you haven't guessed it already, it's heat damage. So you can see that there's a lot of plastic, well, there's some plastic parts up here, and if you come around this way, there's some plastic parts. All the operator area right over here, the dash, the knobs, and also it may not show up clearly on the video, but there's a nice darkish black hue to the to the paint job, and that's soot. So what happens is that this tractor was stored in a building along with some hay. The hay caught fire and burnt. However, because the tractor was really close to the fire, that's why a lot of the plastic pieces, including the canopy, so there should be a canopy on here. Actually, some of the canopy is right here. And the reason why all the plastic looks like this is that heat that was generated through the fire or the burning of the hay or straw, it damaged this, or it caused this effect to the tractor. But mechanically, this tractor is okay, or so they say. Probably have to look at the main wiring harness, the electrical side of the tractor, to make sure that there isn't any bare wires or damage to the wiring harness. And we'll have to go through the whole tractor anyway. They do a full service on it. But the owner of the tractor believes there's a lot of value still left in this tractor. It should be repaired instead of being parted out or sold off. So that's why it's here. I thought that this would be an interesting video to profile just because, one, it's another tractor, and I like tractors. Two, it's a challenge because we're dealing with some unknowns, electrical unknowns, maybe some mechanical unknowns, and then obviously like the whole rebuild process, new dash, new relays, new electronics, so that should be very interesting. So that's why we want to bring you along on this project and do a documentary or do a series. If you like it, don't forget to comment down below or give us some thumbs up so that we know that you like the content. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on my safety glasses, fire up the vacuum, and I'm going to start cleaning up parts of the tractor. So let's just get right to work. What I'm going to do now is to start trying to get all this trash vacuumed up or dealt with. Try to do a little bit of a preliminary cleaning of those kinds of things. I'll use the compressed air and I'll blow things out. Let's raise the hood on this tractor. So right down here, right over here, there's a knob. So if you pull down on this, should be able to raise the hood. There we go. Here's a view of the engine. So the engine in this tractor is a 4-cylinder diesel, non-turbocharged. There's no emission controls. There's no filter. There's no diesel emissions fluid or regeneration. So good or bad, it is what it is. And this engine is supposed to run. So as we get into the rebuild, we'll find out whether that's true or not. So let's continue working and clean up. So I've already begun a process of going through the exploded parts diagram for this particular tractor. It was provided to me by a good friend of mine who's in the tractor business. And I spent some time more or less assembling a short list of parts that I'm going to need for the rebuild. It may not be a complete list just because I don't know how deep the repair is going to need to be, but at least it's a starting point. The very first thing here that you may see that's missing is that there should be an engine panel right here. Right here, like the engine is more or less exposed, but if you come over on this side, there's a panel right here. Let's remove the panel so we can get a better access to the engine compartment. So I'm just going to use a flat blade screwdriver and pry up on this. That should release the brackets that hold the panel in place. So this is what I mean. There should be an engine cover, engine panel like this on the opposite side. So now when you come over here, you'll be able to have a better view of the engine over here. So here's the alternator. It looks like the alternator, or the belt, is actually, it survived the heat damage. There's the starter. There's the exhaust manifold, the muffler. I believe this engine was made by Daedong. Hopefully I'm saying that correct. Daedong. It's a very well-known manufacturing company, and they actually produce, good diesel engines. Altogether, this tractor is, being a 40 horsepower tractor with a nice front end loader like this, should come in quite useful to someone who needs, who needs that kind of capability on their property. I can see here, this looks like the block heater. So you plug this into a 120 outlet, and I think there's an element right here that warms the engine coolant. So that's interesting. This is the first time I'm looking at the tractor like this for the first time with you. Enough of that. Let's continue with the cleaning. Let's keep getting dirty. This is what the plastic looks like after it's been melted. Let's get the garbage over here. There's some pieces left over, but mostly just hard melted plastic left over. Here's a radiator clamp. Not sure if we're going to need that again, but just all kinds of trash and dirt left behind. The operator's seat is not looking too good at all. As you can see here, the vinyl or the leather has just been completely annihilated. After I finish vacuuming up the other side, like the floor mat on the other side, I think the next thing I'll do is I'll remove the operator chair, and that will give me a bunch of additional space to work. But for now, I'm just going to keep kind of picking away at some of the big. Oh, look at this. Look at that. It just came right off. Look at this. This is a part of the sunshade. The sunshade mounts right up on top of the tractor, and it just melted and formed. It just collapsed right on top of the operator chair. And the operator chair is still a little bit gooey. Look at this. Yuck. It's soft. That must be the foam. So in the garbage it goes. And we just keep on cleaning. Let's actually go around to the back, shall we? This tractor has a 3-point hitch system, so you know, two points here, and then a mounting place right here for your top link. It has 2 sets of hydraulic remotes, so you know these are usually, you know, in pairs, so 1 2 1 2, which is nice. This one looks like it's damaged, so this will have to get addressed. You've got a PTO right here for PTO power takeoff. So this allows you to attach implements at the rear of the tractor. As you can see, the tail lights are missing. So there should be probably like a plastic shroud right here with two tail lights. And here's the wiring. Actually, these plugs look like they need to be replaced. So that needs to be addressed. This side as well. Here's the other 2 plugs. They go here. What else can I say? There's a plastic toolbox right here. It looks like it's seen better days, so it's completely deformed, so that will have to get reinstalled. This is basically whatever is left of that slow moving sign that you attach at the rear of your tractor to tell people on the road that this is a slow moving vehicle. So that was easy to take off. So a new caution triangle will be necessary for that. But what I like about this tractor that I didn't have on the LS, and I can talk about the LS XR 3135 at a later time, is that there is a control knob right here which allows for the raising and the lowering of the 3-point hitch from the back. And it doesn't seem like a big deal, but when on my old tractor on the LS, I didn't have this. So I had to walk around the side and activate the controls to either raise or lower this, and then walk back and then make my connections. Here you can stand here and you can raise and lower the arms from the back position. I believe LS makes this as an option for the tractor, but it just didn't come with mine when I had it. Okay, so that's enough for this for now. Let's go have a look at this side. So this side of the tractor, I mean, the fenders, as you can see, they're not in terribly bad shape, but there are some dents. The hand grips are melted, so they'll have to be changed. There's a few dents here, but we'll have to decide whether or not we're going to do any body work or repainting later. For now, we need to focus on getting it operational. But you know, look at this. The dashboard is a complete mess, you know, like these control buttons have to be replaced. A lot of things have to be replaced, but I am not afraid of a challenge, and this tractor has the potential of being a good tractor. Here's the horn. I don't know if the horn works anymore. I'm gonna go with no. But anyway, let's continue clearing this stuff up. So I'm just gonna grab the vacuum and keep cleaning up. Okay, so work continues on cleaning up the tractor. So I just did a quick cleanup on the floor just because I was stepping on a lot of trash and kicking it around. So before I go ahead and remove the operator chair, I'm just going to finish by pulling up the floor mat. So I think, just like the LS, these things are just held in place by plugs. Yeah, actually, it's actually bolted in place in a few spots. So there are some plugs and there's actually some bolts. So let me go get my drill and some tools, and we'll start disassembling these things. So I need a 12. Grab this bolt here. And there you go. See how, so there's these 12mm bolts that hold the mat down. So they're probably spaced here and there. I do this like that. Maybe there's another one back here. Yes. There we go. There's another one. I'm going to keep the hardware with the mat. Plus, I think the firefighters probably sprayed the tractor, so this whole deck is wet. So taking it off and drying it out will be a good thing. I'll go take off the bolts on the other side. One right here. One. and 2. And what I need to do is disassemble, pull out this clip, and then remove this, so now I can get the mat off of here. So I'll just put this here for now, see if I can lift this up. Just carefully get it around the throttle. Same thing over here. And then see if I can just pull it straight out. There, see, I think that was a good idea. I can take this opportunity to clean off the mat. So let's grab the mat from this side, and I'll put it outside in the sun. Okay, I'll go lay this outside. There you have it. Remember, I took off the two bolts that hold the mat down, so I'll reinstall those before I forget. So I'll put these back in so that we don't lose them. Okay. And then I'll take this opportunity. I'll spray with some cleaner. Let that soak in, and then I'll pressure wash it with the pressure washer after. All right, so now what were we going to do next? The seat? Let's go see. I'll reattach the throttle control with the pin back in place. Well, the seat looks like there are 4 bolts. They look like a 12 millimeter. So let me go get my ratchet and socket and a 12 millimeter. Actually, my 3/8 ratchet and socket, 12 with maybe a 6-inch extension. I'll be right back. It's not a 12 millimeter bolt, it's a 13. So I need a 13 millimeter socket, and I'll just spray with some penetrating oil. Maybe that will help things out for us. A good shot of penetrating oil. Let's see if I can just crack the bolt for starters here. Here we go. Just give it another shot. There you have it. So these are the bolts that hold the seat down. Let me go take care of the other one on the other side first. So start again with just cracking it loose. Okay, actually kind of got lucky. These 2 first ones don't seem too bad here. I just used the impact just to speed things up. So there should be 2 more in the rear. This looks like part of the rear tail light assembly. So put that there. and some sort of rubber grommet. So what we want to do is get that bottom rear bolt off. So let's see if I can get in there. Yep, I got it. Okay, see if I can take, oh, I can take it off by hand. There you go, there's the third. Okay, so now we'll try to get that last one off on the other side. Okay, so I have the 4 mounting bolts off. The seat should just come off now. Nope. Yep, the seat's free. Wow, this thing is heavy. Holy mackerel, this thing weighs a ton. I'm gonna have to come up with a different way to get it off here. So if I climb up on here, grab it, there we go. Okay. There's the seat, or whatever's left of it. That's what it looks like underneath. So we're going to see if I can rehabilitate this part. Looks like maybe this knob has come off. But then just remove the seat part, because I did a quick price on this seat, and the whole assembly is like $1,500 Canadian, so it's kind of pricey. So we'll just put this aside and we'll see what happens later on. Like that. Let's have a look at the operate area. So now we have, oh, there's that piece. Oh, so there's the that's the height adjustment for here. See, look, I guess this goes like this. Boom, just like that. Okay. So this is what I was saying. This is the tail light assembly that goes on the back of the fenders. I'm not going to throw this out because, you know, maybe I have to salvage these screws. So we'll put all this aside, because who knows, this might come in handy later. We got another rag and another tail light. Whatever I see here that's left, it looks like it's mostly straw and plastic. So straw. There's a hook that doesn't look like it's original to Landini. Obviously, I need to continue cleaning up in there, but before I do that, I'm thinking that if I jump up and start working in here, I'm concerned that I'm gonna hit my head on that stuff. So what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is I'm going to remove the U-bolts that hold the canopy in place. So I've already sprayed them with some penetrating oil. Let me get my socket and ratchet and I'll see if I can remove those bolts. So I'm very carefully going to get up here, but I don't want to hit this. Okay, so I'm using a deep socket. It's a deep socket, and then, the bolt is turning. I thought it was a carriage bolt. I wonder if I can get a pair of white strips. This whole thing is... Let me use that screwdriver and see if I can pry up on the plastic. Looks like the plastic itself is let go. There, I can see the heads of the bolts here. See if I can continue taking this off. Got it. So now I'll just go get a wrench, put a wrench on the top of these bolts, and then finish off the removal. There you go, there's one. I'll do that 3 more times. There. Put that back in. I have to repeat that on the other side. Let's be smart. I'm going to remove the locking pins on the rollover protection, and I'm going to fold this down. By folding it down, maybe that will make the removal of this a little more simpler. Okay, so this should now be able to rotate down. This is what I mean, see, watch. So if I pull, I should be able to pull this down like this. Like so. And now I should be able to remove the last bolt. And then this won't topple over anymore. I think that sounds like a good idea. There you have it. The canopy is off. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that part. That's going to be the end for this this beginning or this intro into this project. So what I'm going to continue doing off camera is just cleaning things up. I'll use a general purpose cleaner and I'll spray the area down and just start wiping up and vacuuming up all the trash that's left behind. And then when we come in the next video, I'll give you an update on the cleanup and we'll just take it from there. So stay tuned.